Well, Robbie, how much the game was that 2 halves today?
Yeah, but I stand here. I can't defend that first half performance. It was a disgrace. Listen, individuals should have a look at themselves, and I try and protect players, and I will protect them. But I wasn't good enough first half with my selection of players, so I'll take accountability for that. Everything they have, everything. And the old adage, should get experience. Well, the experience last year made mistakes in the playoff semi-final. So again, it's easy to say we need experience. Maybe we're missing a leader. Yeah, Geordie, he's a captain of the club. Unfortunately, broke his ankle. So we are missing a leader of that ilk, no doubt about it. But the easiest thing now to say is let's get loads of experience. And no, this is the way we're going. This is the way we're building. The second half shows that we can get a reaction. And I thought they were brilliant second half. But every player that went on to the second half were fantastic. First half, some of those performances, I have never witnessed some performances like that.
The first, they're nice, they're building up in the back. Is that something you tell them to do? Or do you like to try and build it no matter what? We've not seen it much. It's the first time it's happened all season.
So again, when have we ever said to the keeper, play the ball to my centre half marked with a slow pass? And again, it was the way in the first half, the gaps were massive and the slow passing. But again, Harry Isted is an experienced goalkeeper. So again, if it's an 18-year-old on his debut doing that, you're thinking, no experience. Harry's experienced and he does that pass. To Kanu, anyway, it's... Again, and then the second goal to cross, and the third one, the player, it's a wonder goal. He's allowed to run through 4 or 5 players and score. Come on. And 3-0 down, and then I must say, no coaching courses, no courses prepare you for 3-0 down at half time in a team talk. But I thought we were brilliant second half and loads of positives, some brilliant performances. If we'd have got that second, we might have got a third. Because I said to him half time, we were 3-0 down at Luton. And we'd come back, but it wasn't to be. Congratulations, Carlisle, another defeat.
Individual was defensive for the first, but it was all around the pitch, wasn't it? Not going forward, there wasn't much really going forward for you as well. Was that individual errors or the shape? What do you put your finger on for that?
No, it was individual errors, and then obviously I had to change the shape. And I never take somebody off after 25 minutes. I apologise to Nick, but I went to 4-4-2 to get the wide players in to make 4 across the midfield because we were so open. And Nick obviously is a 10 and he can't go out to the left or to the right or up front. So I brought Josh, and he's done well, by the way. Josh looked really lively. Maybe that's the way forward now, 2 up top. So again, no excuses. Shocking first half, second half good.
Yeah, because the second half, you got the early goal, but after that, it's a really good football as well. You must be happy with that, but I guess damage done.
Too late. Easy to play in it, 3-0 down with no pressure. But if they got the second, we could have got a third. But they managed the game well towards the end, but we had numerous chances again. Like mistake leading to a goal, missing chances. That's the story of our season.
You made some defensive changes at half time, and you brought on Kirkhoff as well. You did well. What's the theory behind that?
Well, did you not watch performances in the first half?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, I think you know the answer. Individually, I had to make changes because some performances weren't good enough. But they'll learn. They'll get better. They have to. Because we're going to go on a journey, and it might take another year, and we've got time to do it. And it's going to be tough at times. And as long as we get in the playoffs, because now we're looking over our shoulder, let's be fair, Halifax and Southend are coming up. Perform like in the first half, we'd be nowhere near the playoffs. We'll fall out of it. Perform like in the second half, we'll be fine. And we still got a chance to get to Wembley. So there's positives, but first half, miles off it.
So how concerned are you about going forward? I know you've just played the top 3, you're playing top 4, the 4th next week. Are you concerned about the run of form at the moment with how you're going to turn things around?
I wasn't after Rochdale and York, because I thought we were brilliant. You were at the game. You've all stood there and watched it. And I know we got Forest Green fans amongst some of you. That today in the first half was shell shock. Wheelston was bad, but the first half was worse. But we bounced back, and the pleasing thing for me as a manager, that team talk, this half time, I said, listen, come on, we need each other. And they produced. So that's a good thing, that we can get a reaction. But you apologise for that first half performance to the fans, and inevitably it's my responsibility because I'm the manager and I picked the team. And I picked that team to perform in the first half, and they give us that.
It must be sometimes frustrating when they come out so good in the second half, because they're winning the second balls, they're winning the first balls, they're getting everything. Yeah. It was almost less frustrating if there was as rubbish in the second half, because it was there, it just didn't come out.
Yeah, again, but how do you get this team I've got to get this team to produce for 90 minutes. And the easiest thing to do now is we need experience. That's the easiest thing to do, to rip it up and start again. But this is the way we're going. And inevitably, the fans will be frustrated today. I thought the majority were great, and I understand at the end there, some that aren't happy, and I get that. And if I was a fan in that first half, I would not be happy at all. But when I see players with no desire at all in the first half, from some, that can't be happening. And if I was a fan, I'd be asking them as well, and asking me, why am I picking those players? So I get it. I'm never going to hide and make excuses. That was terrible first half, but second half, I was so pleased with my team.
I know we keep dwelling on it, and it's an easy question to ask again. Why? Why was the desire, do you think, not there in the first half?
Only a players can ask that. You give them all the right information, you give them, they get treated brilliantly well, they have everything. When you take a goal kick and it's rolled out, and then the centre half don't sprint up to the halfway line. It's like, how can you give somebody desire when you keep telling them? If they're not listening, well, they won't be in the team.
You've got a break now of a week. What's your plan for it? Reset, restart, look at your formation, try and settle things down. What's the plan?
What's the plan? I don't know what the plan is, but the plan will be work hard. Boreham Wood next week, then Boston, who are flying. I think they're on 5 wins out of 5, 6-3 at Scunthorpe. So another 2 tricky games. And listen, we've got to get back to winning ways quickly, because if we carry on like this, in halves, we'll be in trouble.
Finally, how are you finding it yourself? The first half, I think you've seen probably the most dejected you've probably felt managing football in your short tenure, but a bit more positive in the second half. But I guess it's where you learn. The players learn, yourself learn when you're back up against it. Yeah,
of course. I'm learning every single day, and I'm prepared to learn. I want to get better. I'm going to make mistakes. I've made lots today in the first half by the team selection. But if you're before the game, you're probably thinking that's probably the right team. Some people have been unlucky to be left out. But that's what it is. So now we got to regroup, get together, and go again. And but this is a journey, and we're still in the playoffs, by the way. Do you know what I mean? We're still there, and I know on our day, if we can put 90 minutes together, we can beat anybody in this league. You all know it, but you can't perform like that first half. If we perform like that, if we'd start the season like that, we'd be in a relegation battle. We would be, but we're not. We're in a playoff position with 13 games to go. And after Boreham Wood, we still got unbelievable tough games. Boston, got to go to Southend, got to go to Hartlepool. But there's games we can win. And as long as we get in those playoffs, we got a shot. And that's what the aim is. And we'll have a shot if we can get in there, which is the plan.
Thank you very much, Robbie.
Pleasure.